pew, 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 pew. Hey guys, Aoki here. So I'm not going to waste any of your time. This video is going to be straight and to the point. I'm going to tell you guys how to escape Elo Hell or climb as support. I'm a support player that peaked at Master Tier 180 LP and finished Season 6 and Diamond 2. I have a ton of experience playing support and I have a strong understanding of what does and doesn't work when climbing as support. And I think this support along with jungle are one of the strongest carry supports, but what you have to understand about carrying as support is that it requires a different type of carrying. You can't just brute force your way through the ladder playing as support. Carrying as support requires a sort of finesse, strong game sense, and knowledge of each stage of the game. In this video, I'm going to discuss 3 often underlooked tips and philosophies when discussing how to climb as support. The first tip is to learn to do more with less. Although Riot has made efforts to even the playing field by adding gold generation support items, the fact is that your team will never funnel their resources into their support. It's simply inefficient and goes against the very design and nature of the game. You'll never have the gold income provided by being able to CS, and generally you don't even want that to happen. You shouldn't freak out over it, but ideally the kills shouldn't be going on support. So what does that mean? Any old player can carry when they've been spoon-fed 18 kills and have a BF sword at 5 minutes, but it takes a truly great player to be able to outthink and outperform his opponents without that income, without that safety net. And this tip doesn't just have to do with gold income. You're not always going to get the best teammates playing the so-called carry roles. Doing more with less entails being able to make up the skill gap between your enemies and your teammates. Don't view the support role as the sacrificial lamb, but rather as the role that, when played correctly, can elevate a mediocre carry to a great carry, simply by existing and playing your role correctly. When you learn to do more with less, you'll climb as support. The second tip is one that I've covered extensively in an old video that you can find here, and that's playing in a high impact manner. Being a high impact support doesn't just mean playing engage and playmaker supports, although that certainly doesn't hurt. Being a high impact support means not just being satisfied with getting their ADC fed. Win your lane and then roam mid and win mid for your team too. Communicate with your jungler on when and where the enemy jungler is going to be at their blue or red, and then 2v1 kill them. Time enemy summoners and make use of these windows of opportunity. Engage on enemies that you know don't have flash for another 34 seconds. Don't settle with just being the Soraka that sits there and heals their ADCs. Poke the hell out of the enemy Thresh with your Q. Make that Thresh your bitch. Stop waiting for the win to come to you and being satisfied with, hovering around a 50% win rate. You're better than that, and if you aren't already, then you can be. There are 10,000 mistakes made in every single one of your League of Legends games. Be the support that recognizes the enemy team making their 5,000 and punish them for it. Stop waiting for the win to come to you, go out and get it. The last tip I'm going to share is to be proactive. Be the guy that at the beginning of the match spam pings his team to stack all 5 in a bush in hopes that the team face checks. If your comp allows for a safe and quality invade, fuck it, invade, and catch someone sleeping. Ward aggressively throughout the game. Learn to be a shot caller and aggressor. Pressure your lane appropriately. Learn what works and what doesn't, and more importantly, why it doesn't work when it doesn't work. Solo queue is all about 2 things: letting the enemy make mistakes and capitalizing on them, and proactively forcing the enemy team to make a mistake. If you never do the latter, you'll never understand why the former is important. So these are my 3 tips that I give to you on how to carry as support. I genuinely believe in all 3 of them, and I truly believe in the carry potential of support. Let me know in the comments what your tips for climbing as support are and how you implement them. Other than that, thanks for watching guys. Best of luck carrying your way through Season 7 as support. Peace.